You know, as deer hunters, we can be patient. You know, that's just a fact. There's been a lot of times when I've climbed up in a deer stand at daylight, you know, before daylight, and sit there till you had to walk out with a flashlight and never move that whole day. Sit up in a stand for 10 hours and never think a thing about it, especially if I'm in a good funnel and it's the rut and deers are moving through there all day long. It's easy to sit there all day long like that. Or, you know, you move to a couple stand locations. But point being, we stay out there. We're patient when we're deer hunting. But you know, when it comes to turkey hunting, them same hunters that have no problem deer hunting and having patience, they don't have patience rather when it comes to turkey hunting. And I think a lot of that has to do with deer hunting. We're not hunting we're not hunting that deer with our ears so much. As with turkey hunting, we want that response. We want that gobble. We want that response from that, you know, that big old gobbler on that ridge. And once we hear it, we're hunting him with our ears now. And our ears can fool us a lot of times more than our eyes. And a lot of reasons why people don't get patient when it comes to turkey hunting is because they hear that gobbler either shut up and he don't say nothing after he's gobbled his head off on the roost, but then he flies down, gobbles a few times on the ground, then he shuts up. Or he may gobble, you know, on around the hill somewhere, and we want to go chase after him. And so, you know, that'll fool us a lot of times. But, you know, if you will just learn this coming turkey season to be more patient, it'll kill you a lot more turkeys. You can have the best shotgun, you can have the best camo, you can have the best TSS loads, you can have the best optics, you can have everything right, best turkey calls and know how to turkey call. But if you're not patient, you're not going to kill near as many turkeys as you should be, or as you can be, if you just learn patience. And you know, I've talked about this over the years before, but I'm just going to, you know, kind of go back over it for some of the new followers that may have not seen my older tapes. But you know what I do is I'll sit and I'll go, okay, he ain't gobbling, he's not gobbling for 15-20 minutes. I'm going to sit here 45 more minutes. I'll look at my phone or my watch and I'll go 45 minutes. I'm not going to move for 45 minutes, and I'll make myself sit there for 45 extra minutes or an hour or 30 minutes. Or, you know, I'll just tell myself a set time, and what you're doing is you're mentally helping yourself stay more patient. Even if you start out with 15-20 minutes, you're helping yourself build that patience up more and more. You may not be perfect at it, you know, overnight. It may take a while for you to really get into that groove of being more patient, but start out and say, I'm not going to move. That will kill you a lot more turkeys, because let's think about it. Turkey flies down in the morning when the world starts lightening up to the time that he flies up in the evening when nighttime starts falling. You know, there's a lot of things that happens during the day to that turkey. You know what I mean? He flies down, and there's a lot of stuff that happens from the fly down, or fly down from fly up. There's a lot of things. He mates, he gets with his hens, he mates, he feeds, he goes to the bathroom, you know, they dust, they fight. They're just living the life of turkeys. So they're on turkey time. That's what you got to tell yourself. They are on turkey time. They're not on your time. But we want them on our time. See, we want to hurry up and we want them to read the script, as they say, and come flying in and walking in and get shot. But they're on their time. They're doing what they're naturally doing in their world every single day. But a lot of times we miss that point and we go, well, you know, I'm starting to get a little bit, you know, antsy, and I got to run after this turkey. He's went quiet, whatever the case, and it costs us a lot of turkeys. It's usually the quiet ones. It's usually the ones that's real quiet, that goes quiet. He's gobbled his head off on the roost. He flies down, maybe gobbles a few times, and then your heart's beating, and you're going, oh man, this is good. And then all of a sudden he goes quiet. After about 20 minutes or 30 minutes, it seems like that's the general time. 20-30 minutes, the turkey hunter, they start moving. Their back starts hurting, their butt starts hurting, they start squirming, and they think, well, he's gone. I gotta go find out where he's at. But how many times has that cost you a turkey? Because you get up, you move out the hill, maybe 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 yards, and he flies up right in front of you. He was coming in the whole time, but because you wasn't patient, he flew up, or you saw him run down the field, or whatever the case. So you gotta be patient in this turkey hunting game. You've got to tell yourself, I'm going to sit here longer in 2023. I'm not going to run all over the woods like I normally do. Now, granted, there are times you got to move. I'm not saying that. There's times when you've got to get up and you got to move, and you got to move quick. But a lot of the times, a lot more of the times than moving, if you'll just be patient and just sit there and go, okay, I know it's hard, but I'm going to give myself 25 more minutes, or I'm going to give myself 45 more minutes. 45 is usually where I stay at. You know, I'm going to give myself 45 more minutes. And many, many times the gobbler that I thought was way off somewhere, here he comes slipping right on in. Because let's think about it. He's with his hens usually. By the time most turkey season's open, they're already getting henned up. Once he gets with his hens and once he mates them hens, what's going to happen? Well, he's going to leave them hens. They're going to start going off the nest, and he's going to remember that hen, which was you, up on the hill that he hadn't heard before, and he'll come slipping many times right back in the back door and never say a word. If you'll just be more patient, I'm telling you, you'll have your success rate go way up. So when you set up the call, and even if he gobbles his head off and he goes quiet, okay, 45 more minutes. I'm going to set here to 10:45, or I'm going to set to 9:45, or I'm going to set here to whatever the case. And then get up and move. But when you move quiet. Don't make a lot of noise. Don't go very far. You know, if you want to check him, see where he's at, fine. If he don't gobble, just stay in that area most of the day. Listen, folks, they didn't run out of the country. They didn't leave the country. They're right around that 200-yard area somewhere. But you'll never kill them if you're up running all over the woods and bumping them, and they're seeing you, long before you see them. But if you'll just be more patient, it'll kill you a lot more turkeys. So remember, mentally tell yourself 30 more minutes, 45 more minutes, an hour, 20 more minutes, and that could be the very time when he'll come slipping right in. Or maybe he'll just gobble one time right under the hill and you thought he wasn't nowhere around, and he comes right on in strutting and you take him home with you. It'll work, I promise you. So just remember that this coming turkey season, and I'll tell you what, your success rate will go way up. And make sure to subscribe to this channel. Just hit that subscribe button down at the corner. I'd really appreciate it. Also, check out all the sponsor links below. Come and check me out on Patreon, and if you want to give us a $5 a month, little tip, just to help Dell Outdoors out, to bring you more content and better content, we'd really appreciate it. Also, check out all the links below, Tidewe.com, where you can get the boots and the turkey vest, and check out the promo code. Just use the promo code when you purchase anything to get some discount off there. Check out my calls, SpringFeverCustomCalls.com, where you can get the Matt Dell Signature Series of old slide calls, the box call, mouth calls, slate call. Get them all there at Spring Fever Custom Calls, and all the other great calls that they have there as well. And also check me out on social media, where you can join me on Facebook. I do a weekly live chat where you can chat with me, and live feed where you can ask questions. And so come over there and join me on Saturday nights on my Facebook, Instagram. Just all the links down below. Check them out, my website where you can get my merchandise at. So check them out, and make sure again to subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you in the next video.